Hello, my friends. Happy Monday to you. It is Monday, March 17th, 2025. Do you know what that means? It means it is also St. Patrick's Day, and you're in luck because I'm back with another episode of Project Joy Live starting for you right now. How about that? Hello, everybody. Good morning and happy Monday to you. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and this is Project Joy Live. It's your triple shot of good vibes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at this 9 a.m. Eastern Time hour. I am very tired this morning because we went to Mohegan Sun Casino last night, and we so let me rewind a minute. Kevin Kiley, who's the host of Magical Melodies here on the Breakthrough Show Network, lives not too far from me here in Connecticut, a little over an hour or so. But even just an hour, like it's amazing to me all of the things that keep us from actually meeting up and getting together and all of that. And so I'm always telling people, whether they live close or not, please let me know when you're close by, because I would love to come see you. And if you're doing an event, I would love to support, and if you're not, if I would just love to come say hi and give a hug and all that fun stuff. So Kevin let me know that he was going to be at the casino, and so I was like, well, you guys want to go see my cousin's show. And many of you know that my cousin Jim Spinato is the resident magician, magician, and hypnotist at Mohegan Sun Casino at Comics. And he's there 4 nights a week: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every single week. And so we've been to the show several times, and I always love to take new people to experience it. It is not a magic show for you children. Okay, I'm just gonna put that out there. It is comedy, magic, and a lot of four-letter words. But it's a lot of fun for adults. Sometimes we just need to get in that sort of childlike atmosphere. So anyway, um he said he wanted to go, but I also didn't realize that he was also having his hypnosis show last night as well. So we did both shows back to back, had a little bit of time in between. Did really well on some slots on the hour between the two shows last night, so that was fun. So it's always a good time, and the fun, even making it even more fun. Jimmy came out before the first show and said, "Hey, your other cousins are going to be here for the second show." So that was a lot of fun too. So we had just a nice little family family reunion, Italian family reunion on St. Patrick's Day weekend. So it was a blast. It was a blast. So if you guys have not seen his show, you can actually go check it out at holyshitgym.com. That's, swear to God, that's his website, holyshitgym.com. And you can check out, get your tickets for any of his shows, the comedy magic shows, or also the hypnosis shows that they do once a month there at Comics in Mohegan Sun Casino as well. So go check that out. We had a lot of fun, but you guys know I don't do well in the nighttime, so so I'm tired this morning. But we're going to be talking about luck today on the show. And I'm excited about that. Let me know if you're joining us live or on the replay. Go comment down below what's bringing you joy today, where you're joining from, all that fun stuff. And we're going to get to our joy conversation in a few minutes. We've got lots of stuff to do today. So, all of that being said, um, I'm going to head over to the comments in just a minute, but I have a couple things that I wanted to share with you today. So, it is St. Patrick's Day. And if you're watching this and you forgot to wear your green, consider this your official warning. You're at risk of getting virtually pinched. We're going to make it happen somehow. Today, we're talking about luck, but what is it really? Is it something we're just born with? Some people having all the good fortune while others miss out? Or is it something we can create for ourselves? And more importantly, does the concept of luck actually bring us joy, or does it sometimes take away our power? That's the big question today. Now, I know that a lot of us have little lucky charms, rituals, or traditions that we swear by. Maybe it's a lucky number, a favorite piece of jewelry, or even just belief that little things will work out in our favor. But whether you believe in luck as a force of the universe or you believe in creating your own fortune, there's something magical about this day that makes us think about possibility, abundance, and joy. So, all of that being said, let's get to our joy versation today. Joy versation is joy meets conversation, where we get to know each other through a fun little question. So today's little question is, what things in your life do you feel bring you luck? As I mentioned, it could be a trinket, could be a little thing you have, could be a lucky number, could be a ritual. Let me know down in the comments, what things in your life do you feel bring you luck? Um, as far as lucky numbers, 7 and multiples of 7 have always been lucky numbers for me. And what's odd about this, or not really odd, but sort of ironic, is that I leaned into those numbers when I was really, really young, before I knew anything about, things like numerology and life path numbers and all of that stuff. I had no idea about that stuff growing up. And so when I was little, it's a really funny story. So my grandmother used to often bake these delicious cakes and things for church activities when I was growing up. And they used to have a cakewalk. Have any of you guys ever done a cakewalk before? So basically, they would have all of these cakes laid out on a table, and you would put a quarter or whatever money on the different numbers, and then they would spin a wheel, and if your number was chosen, you would get that cake that was with the number that you picked. Well, my grandmother had a couple of cakes that she was really, really good at. Well, let me just be fair here. Anything my grandmother cooked was delicious, but there was a couple cakes that I just loved. And she had made this one cake, and I was so sad that she didn't also make one for our house. She had made it for the church for the cakewalk, but she didn't make one for our house. And I was very upset by this. So I literally went and I put my quarters in the cakewalk on all of her cakes because I wanted them for myself. And so now you know why Jessica is how she is. Okay. So I did all even then I remember this. So I was probably what, maybe like 12-ish to 11 10 to 11, 12-ish years old. And I put them on all multiples of 7, 7, 14, 21, 28. Those are the four that I put. And 28 had come up a couple times, and I would win my grandmother's cakes back. So then come to find out, as I got older, well, first I put two and two together. Well, I guess would be seven, seven, and seven together. My maiden name, Jessica Suzanne Cushing, all three of those names have 7 letters. And then come to find out, when I learned about numerology and stuff like that, my life path number is also a 7. So it's no surprise to me that 7 has always been like sort of lucky for me. And again, I didn't even know at the time that the lucky number 7 was like a thing. I had no idea about any of that growing up. So at any rate, I always find that really interesting, of sort of my history with the number 7. Um, I don't think there's any other real like rituals or trinkets. I don't have anything that's consistent. I will say that. I sort of like what I like when I like it, which is a typical air sign over here. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I have little things that I like to if I feel drawn to something, I will take it in the moment, but I'm not necessarily convinced that that those things in themselves bring us luck, if that makes sense. So I'm going to check in over on the comments with you guys. Good morning, Miss Brittany. Good to see you here today. Good morning, Miss Teresa. Teresa said, I'm pretty lucky naturally. I've amazed myself by pulling off a couple of random miracles. I love that. It's really my perceptions about things that make me lucky. And see, this is my sort of way of thinking as well. And we'll dive into that in a few minutes here. You're also a 7 in numerology. Love that. Yes, we used to do cakewalks was when Anthony was little at their elementary school. Love that. My perception and enthusiasm make me lucky. So funny thing also, my husband is a rabbit in the Chinese astrology. And so he really leans into that a lot. He talks about how lucky he is. And we see it sometimes. Sometimes he refers to it as like his guardian angel. There's a lot of things that my husband talks about regarding luck. But I agree when I kind of evaluate when he discusses luck that he talks a lot about that's just his mindset. It's just the way he just believes 1,000,000% that he's lucky. And that I think that's a big part of it, right? We talk about the law of attraction often. So Brittany said, when I see a ladybug, it always makes me feel lucky. I love that. And it was funny because I was just do y'all watch Love is Blind? Let me know if you watch Love is Blind. There's a very few shows that I watch religiously, but Love is Blind, for some reason, I clearly am a glutton for punishment because the show is just driving me absolutely bonkers. But spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't seen this season finished out all the way and you want to, it's not even really a spoiler. It's just a note. I don't know how else to say it. I'm not going to even tell you who that is, but one of the brides on the wedding day, one of the brides, every time they turn around, there was a ladybug like crawling up their dress, going like crawling across the table, and they were like, "Oh, this is such good luck." Everything else, so that the ladybug thing is apparently that as well. But I learned we used to have ladybugs come in my office a lot when in our old house in Alabama. And I learned a lot about ladybugs. Apparently, some of them we think are ladybugs are not actually ladybugs. And if you want a rabbit hole, go learn about ladybugs on the Google. All of that being said, if you have any other comments about our Joyversation today, what things in your life do you feel bring you luck? Comment down below, and we're going to be right back to talk about luck and all the things about it after this. We'll be right back.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. Today is Monday, March 17th, 2025. I hope you guys are doing well today. on this here in southeastern Connecticut, this very rainy St. Patrick's Day. It has been raining. I didn't realize. I'm going to be frank with you guys. I've stopped looking at the weather ahead of time. I will look at the weather if I'm about to walk out the door and I need to know if I need to put a coat on or not. But I have stopped religiously following the weather like I used to because I don't know about you guys. It's always been sort of, a crapshoot where sometimes the weather's accurate and sometimes it's not from far away. But I have found it more inaccurate lately than anything else. It could be us being back in New England where the weather just changes at the drop of a hat. I don't know what it is. But so I don't follow the weather like that. So I had no idea it was going to start pouring rain in the middle of the night. And I'm laying there last night in I wake up in the middle of the night and I hear all of this noise outside, this like clicking noise. And I'm thinking to myself, what in the world is that noise? And it was the rain falling on certain things outside my window, but it freaked me out for a minute. I had no idea, but it's pouring raining today. But the temperature is definitely getting warmer. It was chilly last night when we came out of Mohegan Sun, but it was just so beautiful. We still are having those crazy winds, but there wasn't that bite in the air. And you folks from New England will know what I'm talking about that bite, that nice shoreline bite that we get here along the water. But it wasn't bad. That bite wasn't there. It was chilly. Yes. It was windy. Yes. But there wasn't like a big bite that was going to be like, I need to get in the car right now. So it wasn't too horrible. So anyway, all of that said, we're talking about luck today here on Project Joy Live. I really don't, not sure why luck is associated with St. Patrick's Day, but here we are. And so let's talk about the concept of luck. What is luck really? And so I go to my friend dictionary.com. I swear to God, we need to be sponsored. We need to be sponsored. As much as I talk about dictionary.com and thesaurus.com, they should sponsor us. At any rate, it says in dictionary.com, the force that seems to operate for good or ill in a person's life, as in shaping circumstances, events, or opportunities. Now, this was the part that gets me right here. The force that seems to operate for. And then the second part that I find interesting, it says for good or ill in a person's life. And in fact, the example sentence that they give below this definition says, with my luck, I'll probably get pneumonia. So when you say the word luck, do you refer to it on both sides of the coin? Do you mean luck could go either way or one or the other? And what's your personal definition of luck? As you go down the list of definitions, it also says good fortune, advantage, or success considered as the result of chance. So luck as chance is another definition. The third one says a combination of circumstances, events, etc., operating by chance to bring good or ill to a person. There's that yin yang. And then some object on which good fortune is supposed to depend. Oh, okay. So it's referring to the thing like we talked about. So some object on which good fortune is supposed to depend. So the sentence that's used there is this rabbit's foot is my luck. So thinking of it as a specific thing. To have an instance or run of exceptionally good luck, to meet, acquire, become, etc. by good luck, or to come across by chance. So I'm seeing a lot about chance. I'm seeing a lot about like some sort of invisible force, but it could go either way. We're seeing in several definitions. So it goes back to what Teresa and I were talking about in the comments here a little while ago, which is it's about like mindset, I think. It's about our belief of whether or not we're lucky and all of that fun stuff. So it's interesting. Teresa said, luck is when awareness, opportunity, and action all line up. I love that. I love that definition. That's fantastic. And I think it is like so many other things that we experience in this life. It is a sort of perfect storm of things that add up. I'm always hesitant. And I've said this in the entrepreneurial world before. I'm hesitant when like a coach or a mentor or something comes out and says, this one thing here in particular, this one thing is going to completely change your life. I'm hesitant. And I always tell people to sort of run from anybody that tries to offer them a product or service like that. I think things could contribute to our luck. I do think mindsets of importance. I think that our priorities, the action that we take, um, good timing for things like Teresa was talking about, opportunity. I think that also that self-awareness is so important. But I think life in general is just a perfect storm of things that happen at the exact same time. So that's where I'm at with it. I think as far as what does actually bring us luck, or what does luck actually mean? So my next question for you guys does luck bring you joy? Some people feel really lucky in life, and others feel like luck is never on their side. Or do you fall somewhere in between? So are you a always lucky person, never lucky person, or do you feel like you fall somewhere in the middle? Or do you say F luck and go, I don't care about any of luck? Let me know. Does relying on luck bring you more joy or more frustration when things don't go our way? That's a really interesting question to you. So, if you consider yourself to be a really lucky person, when something doesn't go to your way, what do you equate that to? How do you process that? Because I mean, that's why I'm sort of, my husband, like I said, my husband talks a lot about how lucky he is. And I struggle. I don't think I could say I'm a really lucky person, because I also know that if something happened, then I wouldn't feel lucky and it would I don't know, like I overthink. Listen, overthinkers anonymous over here, all right? I don't know. I hesitate in saying I'm a really lucky person because I feel like I'm going to jinx it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Let me know what you think. Does the concept of luck bring you joy, take away your power, or are you somewhere in between? Um, and then we could talk about also with this topic the difference between luck and gratitude. Can we shift our focus to what we already have? And I suppose that's a good um that would be a good process to go through, or a good ritual to have, if you consider yourself a lucky person and something doesn't go your way, then to shift to a place of gratitude, that can help us get through whatever that moment is. Brittany said she's somewhere in between. Yeah, I have a hard time leaning completely in to walking around and saying, "Oh, I'm just a lucky person." I don't know. I'm about to jinx it. I'm about to jinx it over here. Okay, Teresa said, when I'm in my joy, luck happens. When I try to do it on purpose, nothing happens. So effort isn't it. You know, there's something to be said for that. There's something to be said for that. I know a lot of people who are single, and who are really like trying so trying so hard to find the person, trying so far hard to find the person. When I found my husband, I was out. I was done with the boys and the craziness, and I wasn't doing it anymore. And so I was definitely not in a place of like pushing to receive. And I've seen that as well, with people when they lean too far into what they don't have, and like grasping and seeking something, you attract that desperation back. You know what I mean? Whether it's money or relationship or whatever, as opposed to being in flow, being in joy, like Teresa talked about, being in gratitude for where you are, and then those things naturally being attracted to our energy, as opposed to like going out and grabbing and reaching, right? So it's interesting with that too, when we can shift into the present moment, how that adds into our luck as well. I mentioned that between the two shows at the casino last night, because I figured, okay, at St. Patrick's weekend, I got to have some luck. I have one particular machine. I don't play slots a lot because it annoys me. They annoy me. But I found one game that I really like, and now there's two machines. I haven't tried the blue one yet, but I always go to the red Monopoly slot machine at Mohegan Sun Casino. If you ever go, it's right outside the Wolf Den entrance. There's the red machine and there's a white machine, or excuse me, a red machine and a blue machine. I have not tried the blue one yet, but I always have one particular one that I like to go to. That's the red machine. And I don't know, I think the reason why I like it is because it's not just continual spinning. They have these bonus rounds and all these cool things happen, and it's really loud and it gets you excited. But I went and we sort of changed up the way that I played last night. And so I ended up walking away. It did really well at the little slot machine last night. But so in that case, switching up, I feel like switching up what my normal is helped me feel more lucky. I don't know. It was weird. So I feel like sometimes switching things up a little bit can help as well. Um, next questions as we go into further into this conversation about luck. Let me go back to my notes page here. So, how do you think that believing in yourself and your choices can lead to luckier moments? That's the next question. How do you think that belief in yourself and your choices can lead to luckier moments? It's the mindset things. I think, like Teresa said, being more present, being in the moment, can really help. But I'm not, I guess on the opposite side of luck, like I said, I'm always afraid that I'm going to jinx something by saying it too loudly. I might think about it in my head, but I feel like, oh gosh. Now see, this is a good one. Teresa said, I have two miracles that I will share with you one day, but each began with, wouldn't it be neat if? So just that opening that door to possibilities, I think is so important as well. So because look, we can put the positive energy out there and manifestation, but then we also, so you don't have to tell the story straight all the way out, Teresa. Maybe we can have you on the show one day to talk about that. But with those things that began with those statements, were there action steps that you took, or it doesn't even have to be steps, but were there things that you physically did to help those things along, or did it just start with the statement and the next thing you know it happened? Let me know down in the comments as we're talking about this. So how can we invite more joy and luck into our lives? I do think being present is a huge part of it. I think so much of our lack of remembering that we are the joy, I think comes from worrying too much about what hasn't even happened yet, or diving too deep into the things that have gone wrong in our past. I think there's so much power right here in this moment together, that the real magic is in the present, I think, for me. I think also, as we talked about, being grateful, and having that mindset too, that things are going to work out for us, working on our mindset. And interesting thing, we've talked several times. Well, we haven't talked about it, and I think it's gonna come one of these days. But we've mentioned several times about toxic positivity, and how I don't subscribe to that mentality. And so there's a lot of people that talk about toxic positivity as some sort of way to bypass the very real and challenging things that we go through in our lives. And my whole rebuttal to that is that challenges, frustrations, problems, however you want to categorize it, can exist at the same time as joy and positivity. That just because you're choosing to shift your focus over here to where the joy and positivity is, that doesn't mean you're erasing or forgetting about. And I feel like it's dangerous for us to say that positivity can somehow be toxic, because that holds us back from just exploring positivity in such a free way, if that makes sense. It takes away our freedom to express, what it is that we're looking at here. And I apologize if I am frozen. My computer is being a fun time again at the moment. But Teresa is saying, I just truly believed in and enthusiastic about what I wanted. In my excitement, I went on and it manifested. It wasn't really trying to do this. I was just excited about it. So it's interesting. We'll have to talk about the concept of those things as well. But it's always fun because um sometimes I feel like we might even do things that we don't realize. We might be taking action and not even realize that we're taking action to do it. So that's really interesting as well. We'll for sure dive down that conversation, Teresa. So let me know, on the heels of this conversation today, do you believe in luck? Has your perception of luck changed at all since you've been listening to the show today? And is there anything you are going to do today to feel particularly lucky? That is my question for you. We're going to take one more quick break. And when we come back, we've got birthdays and all kinds of stuff. Continue to chat down with me down below, and we'll see you in just a couple minutes. Right back after this.
Caldwell Williams. On April 4th, I was 90 years old, grandson of slaves. My parents were first generation free. A long time ago, I embraced the definition of love. Love is the experience of well being, and a friend is one who mutually shares that experience of well being with you, which opens up almost infinite creative possibilities.
We're told as children to go make friends, but what did that look like? And how has it changed over time? Friendship is one of life's greatest gifts, and sometimes one of its greatest challenges.
Someone who is there to support you, someone who is willing to go through the ups and downs of life with you.
Connection, but also the opportunity for learning and deeper connection.
If I don't talk to that person for 2 months, we pick up the phone like we've never stopped talking. To me, that is what a friend is.
Friend to me is someone I can share my joys, also the struggles I have.
Friend means somebody that you can talk to and that you can trust.
So a friend to me is actually someone really, really close, an inner circle person.
And I think it's an important discussion to pass on to other generations so they don't get caught being lonely at the end because they haven't thought about friends in different ways.
This is the Friendship Paradox, a raw and real exploration of connection. Through 26 voices across miles and time zones, we reflect on the friendships that shape us, challenge us, and teach us who we truly are.
I need your shoulder.
What does it mean to be a friend? How do we navigate connection in a world that's constantly changing? And what can we learn about friendship by looking within? This isn't just a film about friendship, it's a call to reflect on the relationships we've built, the ones we've lost, and the sacred connection we have with ourselves. What does friendship mean to you?
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. Today is Monday, March 17th, 2025. I hope you are doing well today, and happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you that are celebrating or that acknowledge this day. Rhonda's coming in with those fabulous clovers. Love that. Oh my God. I have so many memories, you guys, as a child on the playground at school, going and looking for the little bunches of clovers that would grow over to the side of the playground, and searching desperately for a 4-leaf clover. And so sometimes I think that just, choosing to look for the luck, look for those little signs and symbols that we're on the right path. And we've talked about that. If you go back, Project Joy, I did an episode of season 1, I think, talking about joy and signs and symbols. And I think I did it again at another point, talked about that. And I think that to don't discount that. A lot of people are like, oh, signs and symbols mean nothing. But if you place importance on it, if you place symbolism on different things, then seeing those can make such a huge difference. And so it's up to you to go seek out those things. Teresa said, another example, when calling a radio station, I am so excited. I'm seeing myself at the concert and I'm trying to win tickets. Then I do. I've won a lot of concert tickets. Yes, it's been the same thing with me. We had this is such a great example, Teresa. At the end of New Year's before last, right before the new year, I said next year I want to go to a ton of concerts. Now, we don't have a mini tree outside of our windows. Okay. We do all right, but there was no way with as much. I could have never anticipated how many shows we ended up seeing last year, because we got offered so many tickets, free upgrades, just so many things that everything worked out just in that way. But I set that intention. So I think that that's really important. And I agree, Rhonda is very precious in that clip. If you haven't seen the Friendship Paradox, go check that out, thefriendshipparadox.com, where you can watch the film, you can donate to the film, and you can also leave a review for the film as well. So all of that said, guess what time it is, guys? It's birthday time.
Happy birthday to you.
All right. In the world of celebrity, Hosier is 35 years old today. One of my daughters is a big fan and listens to their music often. Actor Rob Lowe is 61 years old today. Singer and sister to Tony Braxton, Tamara Braxton, is 48 years old today. Excuse me. Actor Kurt Russell, 74 years old today. That one hit me a little something for a minute. 74. Singer Billy Corgan, lead singer for Smashing Pumpkins, is 58 years old today. And one of my favorite singers of all time, Nat King Cole, who passed away in 1965, had a birthday today as well. And I have so many memories. My great grandparents used to play Nat King Cole in the kitchen a lot as they were cooking, and we were all, sorry guys, my nose is so itchy. It's allergy season here, guys. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, yes, Nat King Cole in the kitchen. Love that. It'll put you in a vibe for cooking. So definitely try that out. Happy birthday, Nat King Cole. The celebrities in my life over the weekend, Justine Wheeler had a birthday. Happy birthday, Justine. She's very much a local celebrity here in Southeastern Connecticut. She runs an entertainment business. If you're in this area and you ever need a character for your child's birthday, or any birthday, doesn't even have to be a child, but you need a character for birthday, she hula hoops, she skates, she does all of these things. She's fantastic, and she has a great team as well. So happy birthday, Justine. Also, our celebrity here, one of our co-hosts at Project Joy Live, she's the owner of Destiny Charm Divination, and you see her and you love her here in the network. Trista Polo had a birthday over the weekend. Happy birthday, Trista. My friend Karen Willie from School Days and Jillian Praviti also had birthdays as well. So happy birthday to all of you. And today, Liz Medford, Breakthrough Show alum, and Michelle Charmaine, Breakthrough Show alum, have birthdays today. So happy birthday to you guys. And let's get our birthday song on. Here we go. What happened there? Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating. I was getting the video queued up to play after the birthday song, and then I accidentally clicked it. So that was my sign that I'm not supposed to sing today. That's what it is. Speaking of signs and symbols. I love it. So happy birthday, Hosier, Rob, Tamara, Kurt, Billy, Nat, Justine, Trista, Karen, Jillian, Liz, and Michelle. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Let's talk about what's happening on the Breakthrough Show Network this week. All right, so I'm going to be back with you guys. First of all, let me just tell you really, really quickly here. I am thoroughly enjoying my new setup. So, I mentioned to some of you guys that in the middle of creating the Friendship Paradox last year, my usual laptop could not handle the workload of a 3-hour film. Okay. And so my computer just stopped working for what it needed to be working for. And I had to get an all new computer for the film. The intention was to not just have the computer for the film, but to let this be my desktop computer from here on out. Well, once the film was finished, we went into holiday time and then the new year and then my January off where I do all the planning behind the scenes. And I never did get it set up. Well, finally, about a month ago, I got my computer set up here at my desk so that I can just use it for editing and streaming. That's all. That's the purpose of this computer. My other one, I do a lot of um, my graphics and a lot of the other little projects, and I can take that one with me when I go to work elsewhere outside of my house. But during the show now, I have my second computer set off to the side over here. You can sort of see the glow from it. But it's so nice that I can keep some extra things over here now and not bulk up everything I'm doing on the computer. So I am convinced that that is it's just perfect for me. Perfect setup for me. And it works really well. To keep things sort of separated. I know people have there's a lot of people that have like dual monitors, and I have tried that before, but it's still so much open on one computer. So I like this where I can have different things open and it brings me a lot of joy. So I had to share about that as well. So listen, I'm going to be back on Wednesday for another episode of Project Joy Live. And I will be back Friday. And Leah, my youngest daughter, is going to be joining us on Friday's episode as well. So be sure to tune into that. And Friday will be officially 1 week until we go to 90s Con, which I am so pumped about. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that on Fun Friday as well. I also want to encourage you to go to the breakthroughshownetwork.com and click the button at the top to check out our merch. We have officially added, and I'll show you guys more about this on Wednesday. We've officially added some 90s Fun Friday merch to the store, including, drum roll, fanny packs, because life is not complete without them. Okay. Be sure you go check that out, thebreakthroughshownetwork.com. But I'll be showing you more about that on Wednesday's episode. So coming up this morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we also have community meditation, which is led by the beautiful Teresa today. So check that out, 10:30. You can go to thebreakthroughshownetwork.com, go into our virtual community, and there it will be in our Tranquil Haven meditation room. You see how beautiful that sounds? It's calling you to come visit us for meditation. 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time this morning. We have co-working happening today at 12:55 and Friday at 9:55, both Eastern Time. For my hosts on the network, we have a host meeting tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Excited about that. Always love our monthly host meetings, and I have so much for you guys this week. I'm gonna have to. I've got bullet points. Okay, but we're gonna have a good time though. On Wednesday, we have Craft Circle from 1 to 3 p.m. with Brittany Floyd. Bring your favorite craft. Also in our virtual community in the artist studio. 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, we have our poetry reading with Kat in our outdoor stage, also in our virtual community. See, if you haven't been there, guys, you are missing out. You need to come check it out. So that's happening, Craft Circle and poetry reading on Wednesday. And then, as I mentioned, Friday, I will be back, Project Joy. We have the co-working, and it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time, guys. I also have office hours several days, so you guys can feel free to pop into my office, click the bell to page me, and I'll come visit with you, and we'll chat, and we'll have a joyous time. All right. All right. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. I'm wishing you all the luck today. As we wrap up our conversation about luck, I want to leave you with something to think about. Are you guys ready? Ready for it? Okay. Maybe luck isn't about random chance. Maybe it isn't about four-leaf clovers, lucky pennies, or whether or not you woke up on the right side of the bed today. Maybe, just maybe, the luckiest thing of all isn't about something that happens to us. It's something we create. It's waking up every morning and choosing to see the goodness in our lives. It's believing in our own ability to turn obstacles into opportunities. It's the way we make connections, take chances, and find joy in even the smallest things. Because in the end, maybe luck isn't something we have to chase. Maybe it's something we already have within us. Just like joy, just like love. So today, whether you believe in luck or not, I hope you take a moment to recognize that you are already lucky. You have today, you have possibilities, you have the ability to create joy, love, and laughter, and not just for yourself, but for those around you. And if that's not lucky, I don't know what is. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. Thanks so much for being here today. I love you all so very much. And until next time, I want to remind you that you are the joy. And I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye, everybody.
I've been trying, and I've been lifting my soul.